As I get a little bit older, a little long in the tooth, gray in the beard, tobacco becomes a note that I really, really enjoy in fragrances. So I managed to dig through my collection and find some fragrances that have a pretty good tobacco note in them. You want to know what some of those fragrances are? Meet me on the other side of this intro and I will definitely tell you all about it. See you soon. What's going on, everybody? It is your boy LL Cool Trey Trey Belafonte in the building. You know how we do it here on the channel. We got a little discussion, little conversation about some fragrances. It's got a little bit of Joe Camel in it. Y'all remember Joe Camel? He was the mascot for Camel cigarettes. I know y'all remember Joe Camel. But anyway, tobacco. Got some fragrances that's got tobacco in them. I just wondered if my mic was ruffling off my shirt. Anyway, I got 7 of them. As you know, I like 7 because it represents completion. So let's get right to it. From the house of Parfums de Marly, and I only have this one in a decant, but it is enough, and it is Carlisle. I wonder how much I got left in there. Really good smelling fragrance, a nice, sweet tobacco. Smells good, it smells expensive. A nice, mature, masculine, manly man scent with just a little bit of playfulness in it. I like it a lot. I would invest in a bottle of it, but there's a reason that I probably won't, other than the fact I have that decant. The reason that I won't invest in a bottle of it is because it's too close to this one. From the house of Mancera, it's Red Tobacco, and there really is no need to have both Carlisle and Red Tobacco. They're just eerily similar. I think Carlisle is a little bit more of a wearable version of this. It's a little bit less loud because Red Tobacco, this bad boy is strong. I mean, it is strong. It stands out. It's very pronounced. Great tobacco fragrance, if not the best tobacco fragrance that I've smelled, you know. Parfums de Marly makes another one that's a really good tobacco fragrance in Harried. I like that one as well, but I don't have that one. I have Dapper's version of it, and I put it in a video just the other day, so I decided to leave it out of this one. But cannot make a tobacco-based fragrance review if you have this and not put it in Mancera's Red Tobacco. Beautiful scent. Hold on a second, y'all. Use something. Hold on. The mic tangled up. My mic sounds nice. Check 1. Tell you what, hold on just a second. My old football coach in high school used to say, whenever something would go wrong, he would say, gentlemen, adjust and flow. So that's what we and flow. One last time, from the house of Mancera, it's Red Tobacco. Probably one of the more popular tobacco-based fragrances of all time, and it is not one of my favorites. It has grown on me. It is a good smelling fragrance, but it has a fizziness to it as I try to find the atomizer that I just don't really care for. But it's from the house of Calvin Klein, and it is CK Shock. As I try to find a place to spray it. This is a good, to me, entry-level tobacco fragrance. But I'll say this about it. The reason that I don't like this fragrance as much as I do the other ones is the tobacco in this is just not as pronounced as Parfums de Marly or Mancera. And then it has this fizzy soda poppy type of vibe to me. But nonetheless, a good entry-level tobacco fragrance. If you can find it, I think this one has been discontinued, so I'm not sure what the prices on it are or if it's still easy to find. I know at one time it was everywhere. As a matter of fact, I paid about $14 for this bottle at Burke's many years ago, and this sucker is still full. I may have worn it one time. But nonetheless, a very sweet, basic type of tobacco, CK Shock. A lot of people, CK1 Shock. A lot of people like this fragrance though. It makes a lot of lists. I know at one time it was a very popular fragrance and everybody was talking about it. All right, moving right along from the house of John Varvatos. And he has several tobacco-based fragrances, but I went with this one, Vintage, because it is my favorite tobacco-based fragrance from his line. Like Dark Rider has some tobacco in it, and I think the original John Varvatos does too. I'll give myself a little spray there. As I've told you many times, the wonderful thing about doing these videos is, well, I get to spray myself with stuff like this. Now, I like this fragrance. It's a little rough in the beginning. And this is more of a tobacco-y, a leathery tobacco, but still I think it's good. I like this. This is another one of those fragrances that I reach for on cold days. And we're coming into that time of the year. Well, we're supposed to be. It's still 80-something degrees here in Alabama. But we're getting to that point where the days are getting shorter, which means it's cooling off faster because the sun ain't staying up to 8:30. You know, he going to bed early. So, but a really nice, smooth, leathery tobacco type of scent. John Varvatos Vintage. This one is from Happyland Studios. E.J. Wells made a pretty good scent when he came up with this one. This is Green Irish Tobacco, and it is his take of Green Irish Tweed with more tobacco. And this is a nice tobacco note in here. Very natural, very smooth, very wet, sweet type of tobacco. Definitely sweet, man. Really sweet. And then you know, that green and gold bottle. You know, I got anything with gold on it represent them Irish, and that green too. I love it. So this Green Irish Tobacco, again, a nice, sweet. Try to find a spot. Try to find a spot to spray it. I think I can find one so I can smell it off my skin. Nice atomizer. EJ has a lot of good fragrances. You really need to check his house out. I'm trying to make sure that that ring light doesn't put a glare on anything here. Oh yeah, that smells really good. Smells really good. And all of these are great for this time of the year. As I just said, as the temperatures start to dip a little bit, weather patterns change, gets a little bit cooler, any of these would work. I think all of these would be really good date night fragrances as well. I like them. I really do. Got two more. Speaking of the note of tobacco and date night, so what do I have in my hand? Y'all should know. Dolce Gabbana The One. Could have put either the EDT or the EDP because both of them have tobacco in the note breakdown. I never understood why this fragrance, well, I can't say it got the hate because it was loved. People said it wasn't a performer. This performs pretty good on me. I honestly get 5 to 6 hours of longevity out of this. It does okay on me, and it is a great date night type of fragrance because it's sexy, it's romantic, it's smooth. It's everything that you want to be on a date night because you want to be sexy, you want to be romantic, and you don't want to be too quick. You want to be able to hang around for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Because if the date is over early, then ain't gonna be no date too. You just didn't spend all that money at the Sizzler, and Dolce & Gabbana The One, the EDT, a very nice little date night frag. And if I can find, you know what? If I find a spot of skin, yes, I'm gonna spray it. I don't think I got a spot I ain't sprayed, man. Goodness gracious. Anyway, nice, sweet, sophisticated style of tobacco-based but yet at the same time, it's an easy to wear fragrance. And it is a compliment getter. So is Red Tobacco. So is Carlisle. Those are all compliment getters. Not so sure on the CK Shock and not so sure on the Green Irish Tobacco yet. Get that little notification off the screen. Last but not least, from the house of Viktor&Rolf, and it is Spicebomb Extreme. And this is another one with that sweet, sweet tobacco and vanilla, I think. Or maybe it's tonka, I'm not real sure. All I know is it's a really, really sweet. I do not want to waste a spray. I'm gonna put him on. And I missed. But nonetheless, a spicy, sweet type of tobacco. That smells good. And I wore this a lot during, well, I won't say a lot. I wore this a few times during the summer. I just went easy on the sprays, but man, it smells good. That smells really good. It's one of my favorites. Probably behind the Red Tobacco. Whew, man, and that Carlisle. That Carlisle smells good too. And I like all of them. I can't pick one. Again, a sweet, spicy tobacco. I think if I had to pick one though that was gonna be my favorite, this tag is itching me, y'all. Making me scratch. That was gonna be my favorite out of all of them. I think I would have to go with the Red Tobacco. To me, it's just a polarizing scent that I absolutely love. I think it smells good. And I've got all these tobaccos on, and the one that keeps kicking up is actually that Green Irish Tobacco. Every time I move, I smell it, and it's a very well-made fragrance. EJ does not make weak performing fragrances or weak fragrances. They are very thick, good oil concentration in them. That just smells good. That's a really good smelling fragrance, Green Irish Tobacco. All right, y'all. That has been 7 fragrances out of your boy Trey Scents, Trey Belafonte's collection. Yeah, that have the note of tobacco or tobacco heavy fragrances. Yeah, and I like them all. But I still think that Red Tobacco is my favorite. So with that being said, I appreciate you all for stopping by, checking out my content. If you like this type of thing, please give me a thumbs up. Like it, you know, all of that stuff. If you don't like it, then you feel free to give it a thumbs down. I can accept the criticism. Always be active in the comment section. If you have any of these fragrances or any familiarity with any of these fragrances, please be sure to let me know. Let me know what your favorite tobacco-based fragrance is. Again, man, thank you all for returning to the scene of the crime as you all continue to do. I really appreciate it. And if you haven't for some reason, please give your boy a sub. I would greatly appreciate it. So you know what I'm fixing to do. I'm gonna get off here. That's right. I'm gonna edit this video. I'm gonna try to make me a thumbnail. And I'm gonna try to get it out to you. And as always, thank you all for being the best part of this channel. It is greatly appreciated. God bless you all, and I love you all. Until next time, peace.